The Canon EOS R6 Mark III just jumped back into the rumor spotlight, and this time the buzz is stronger than before. According to several industry insiders, Canon's next major full-frame camera release could very well be the R6 Mark III, and reports suggest it is currently in its final testing phase. That phrase, final testing, is both exciting and frustrating. Exciting because it means Canon has moved beyond development into quality assurance and pre-production checks. Frustrating because in Canon's world, final testing doesn't necessarily mean weeks away. It could still mean months. Based on Canon's typical product cycles, we might realistically be looking at late 2025 or early 2026 for an official launch. Right now, no concrete specifications have leaked. No detailed spec sheets, no official press notes, just whispers that a trusted source has physically handled the camera. That alone confirms the R6 Mark III is more than a concept. It exists in prototype form. The real question is whether Canon will prioritize its release over other rumored bodies, such as the EOS R7 Mark II or the EOS R10 Mark II, both of which are also overdue for updates in Canon's APS-C lineup. So, what's really going on? Is the next big Canon release truly the R6 Mark III, or are we looking at another round of APS-C refreshes first? And most importantly, what kind of performance, specs, and innovations can photographers and videographers expect when this camera finally arrives? Let's dive deep into everything we know, what's being speculated, how the R6 Mark III could compare against rivals like Nikon's Z6 III and Sony's A7 IV successor, and why this camera might be one of Canon's most important releases in years. The context: Canon's mirrorless strategy. To understand where the EOS R6 Mark III fits, we need to look at the bigger picture. Canon's R system has been a massive success, slowly but surely replacing the old DSLR lineup. The original EOS R6 launched in 2020 as a more affordable alternative to the R5, bringing high-speed performance, great autofocus, and strong video features to a wider audience. It was a workhorse for hybrid shooters, people who needed both excellent stills and capable video in one body. Then came the R6 Mark II in late 2022, with a new 24-megapixel sensor, faster burst shooting, and improved autofocus algorithms. It pushed the mid-range full-frame category forward. But by 2025, the market has shifted again. Nikon dropped the Z6 III with higher resolution video modes and improved dynamic range, while Sony's A7 IV remains a dominant hybrid choice. Panasonic even stepped up with its S5 II series, finally adding phase detect autofocus, making it a serious competitor. Canon now faces pressure to deliver a true next-generation hybrid camera that can once again lead the mid-tier full-frame market. That's where the R6 Mark III comes in. The rumors. What's being said? The latest wave of rumors suggests the R6 Mark III is in its final testing stage. This means select photographers and Canon insiders already have access to prototype units. These cameras are being field-tested in real-world conditions to identify bugs and confirm reliability. A new 32-megapixel sensor is likely. Insiders believe Canon will borrow the 32-megapixel sensor from the recently announced Canon C50 cinema camera. This makes sense from an efficiency standpoint. Canon often reuses sensors across product lines to cut costs and streamline development. Improved video capabilities. If the 32-megapixel sensor is real, expect 7K oversampled 4K video, delivering sharper footage than the R6 Mark II's 6K to 4K pipeline. This would also bring Canon closer to Nikon's Z6 III in terms of resolution and detail. Timing is unclear. While sources confirm the R6 Mark III exists, they're split on whether it will launch in late 2025 or slip into early 2026. Interestingly, these same sources also claim that Canon has one more major camera announcement before the end of 2025. That could be the R6 Mark III, but it could just as easily be an APS-C refresh. Competing possibilities: R7 Mark II, R10 Mark II, or even an R50 Mark II. Canon's full-frame cameras get most of the attention, but their APS-C line also needs updating. EOS R7 Mark II, the R7, launched in 2022, became an instant favorite among wildlife and sports shooters thanks to its crop sensor reach and fast burst speeds. An R7 Mark II in 2025-2026 would make sense, possibly with improved rolling shutter performance and better video modes. EOS R10 Mark II, Canon's entry-level APS-C body. The R10 is overdue for a refresh. A Mark II with improved autofocus and a slightly upgraded sensor could keep beginners interested in Canon's ecosystem. EOS R50. Mark II, even the budget R50 might see a Mark II upgrade, targeting vloggers and casual shooters. If Canon does prioritize APS-C in late 2025, then the R6 Mark III could slip into Q1 2026 instead. The Groundhog Day problem of camera rumors. At this point, many creators and enthusiasts feel like we're stuck in a loop. The same rumors about the R6 Mark III keep popping up, slightly reworded, but with no real leaks or confirmation. It's a bit like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day. Every time you wake up, the story looks familiar, just with minor differences. This uncertainty creates frustration, but it also builds anticipation. When a camera is kept under wraps for so long, expectations grow higher. Canon knows this, and it's likely why they're being extra careful with leaks. What we can safely predict, even without a leaked spec sheet, we can make some educated guesses based on Canon's history and industry trends. Sensor upgrade. The most likely upgrade is moving from the R6 Mark II's 24-megapixel sensor to a 32-megapixel sensor. This would balance resolution and speed, giving photographers more cropping flexibility without overloading the files like a 45-megapixel sensor would. Video improvements expect 7K oversampled 4K, higher frame rates, and Canon's improved C-Log 3 color profile. Canon might also finally address overheating concerns by improving heat dissipation. Autofocus enhancements. Canon's dual-pixel CMOS AF2 is already excellent, but expect even smarter subject detection, covering birds, cars, planes, insects, and humans with improved eye tracking. Faster burst rates. The R6 Mark II already shoots 40 FPS electronic. The R6 Mark III may refine this further, improving buffer depth and rolling shutter control. Better low-light performance. Canon's processors keep getting better at noise reduction. Even with a higher resolution sensor, the R6 Mark III will likely deliver strong ISO performance for event, wedding, and astrophotography. Why the R6 Mark III? Matters. The R6 line sits in a crucial spot in Canon's lineup. It's not an entry-level body, and it's not a flagship like the R5 or R3. It's the sweet spot for hybrid shooters, professionals who need reliability, and enthusiasts who want pro-level features without spending $4,000 and plus. If Canon gets this right, the R6 Mark III could become one of the most popular cameras of the next generation. Much like how the original 5D series dominated DSLRs for years, Canon versus Nikon versus Sony. The battle heats up right now. The mid-range full-frame market is more competitive than ever. Nikon Z6 III. With 6K RAW video, excellent EVF, and strong dynamic range, Nikon has set a new standard. Sony A7 IV successor. Sony is expected to announce the A7 V in 2026, which will almost certainly push hybrid shooting even further. Panasonic S5 II, S5 X. Panasonic finally nailed autofocus, making the S5 series one of the best value hybrid systems on the market. Canon can't afford to play it safe. The R6 Mark III needs to at least match, if not exceed, its rivals in resolution, video modes, and autofocus intelligence. Pricing expectations. The R6 Mark II launched at around $2,499 USD. With inflation and new tech, expect the R6 Mark III to land somewhere between $2,699 and $2,999 USD. Canon knows this price bracket is critical. Push it too high, and users might jump to Sony or Nikon. Possible release timeline based on Canon's usual patterns. Late 2025, Canon could announce either the R6 Mark III or an APS-C refresh. Early 2026. If APS-C comes first, then the R6 Mark III will likely launch in Q1 or Q2 2026. That means anyone waiting to upgrade from an R6 or R6 Mark II still has several months ahead before decisions can be made. Final thoughts. Shaking the rumor tree right now, all we have are whispers. The EOS R6 Mark III is real, but details are scarce. What we can expect is T2 sensor 7K, oversampled 4K video improved autofocus and burst shooting release sometime between late 2025 and early 2026 if Canon gets this right. The R6 Mark III could reclaim the crown in the hybrid full-frame market and set a new benchmark for versatility. Until then, the best we can do is wait, speculate, and keep an eye on Canon's next moves. The next few months will be telling, especially if we see more leaks coming from trade shows like CP Plus 2026 or Photokina. For now, the EOS R6 Mark III remains the most anticipated Canon release on the horizon, and it could be the camera that defines Canon's mirrorless lineup for years to come.